communities where the refugees are. And it would be wrong if I made all this statement without really appreciating the generosity and the humanitarian nature of the communities that have hosted these refugee camps for as long as I have said, 35, 36 years. It is not an easy undertaking. It brings a lot of pressure on the resources in those areas. The other thing, when we talk of integration of the refugees, it has to be done carefully, because we also want to transit from a situation where refugees are just drawing from Kenyan resources. They must also be put to a situation where they contribute to growing the wealth of this country and not just taking from the people of Kenya. So the whole Shirika plan is premised on these basic principles and a few others. The other thing that I would want to touch on is that the Honorable Boni Khalwale raised issues about the insecurity, protracted insecurity in these regions, and also recounting the loss of many honorable Kenyans because of this conflict. And also Mungatana has raised the issue of compensation. I want to be very candid on something here, not to belittle the challenges we are facing, but the truth of the matter is that we are still having insecurity in certain regions, either because of pasture, because of ethnicity, because of the scramble for resources in those areas. We've given an example of Marsabit. You will also recall that even not too long ago, Kenya lost General Ogolla in the Baringo side, again on a mission dealing with aspects of conflicts internally. So we still have a lot of work to do to make sure that we can change cultural practices, we can provide meaningful alternatives for people to earn a proper living that does not cause the loss of lives. And I would want to point out that, for instance, in Marsabit, and going into Marsabit, the government is doing quite a bit to try and open up the areas. The road network that we all know, that is really moving, and it's going to eventually go beyond and link up to Garissa. And the road network, the investment that is going in that place, jointly by the government of Kenya and the World Bank, is massive. And all this is to help in facilitating so that there are more economic opportunities. So it is not that the government of Kenya is going to neglect or wishes to neglect anybody. It's a question of just us having more resources and deploying them progressively into these areas. I wish to state that Honorable Mthama, I agree with the speaker that that is a completely different angle, because internally displaced Kenyans for other reasons are tackled separately, not in the context of the refugee program. So that would have to be taken up as a completely separate question. When we talk of resources, I hope I've also addressed partly the issues raised by Beatrice, Senator Beatrice, in terms of the state. No, she was talking of the state of basic resources in Ethiopia, not here. In Ethiopia, I cannot say that they are very elaborate, because the situation of refugees is that even the government, the host government that is there, can only do